February 12, 1809, in Hodgeville, Kentucky, the child of Thomas and Nancy Lincoln was born. The Lincoln family was extremely poor and had to live illegally off public land. They were forced to hunt and grow their own food. Since he was poor, Abraham Lincoln had to find many ways to generate money for his family. Some of the jobs Lincoln worked included cutting wood, carpentry, ferry driving, and clerking. Although she was illiterate, Sarah Lincoln, Abraham's mom, encouraged him to read. Lincoln then began to develop an interest for the newfound skill. Many of the books he enjoyed reading associated with law, mysteries, and classics. 6 years later, Abraham Lincoln married Mary Todd. She would later influence the important decisions Lincoln had to make.
You may kiss the bride.
Ready to further his career as a war, Lincoln moved to New Salem, Illinois, where he met John Stuart.
Hello, my name is John Stuart. Hi, I'm Abraham Lincoln.
Stuart provided books and supplies for studying law.
Good luck studying law.
In 1836, Lincoln passed a test that allowed him to receive his law license. He later joined the Illinois Supreme Court. While attending a conference regarding politics, Abraham Lincoln gave his House Divided speech. The main idea of the speech is that our government cannot continue to consist of half pro-slavery people and half anti-slavery people.
A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently, half slave and half free. I do not expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect the House to fall. But I expect it will cease to be divided. It will become one thing or all the other.
2 months after giving the speech, Lincoln challenged Stephen Douglas for a seat in the Senate. A series of long popular debates began to spur up, known as the Lincoln-Douglas debates.
In the end, Lincoln lost the debates. Although he didn't win the debates, Lincoln's ideas began to spread throughout the country like a wildfire. Before he knew it, Lincoln was nominated by the Republican Party to run for president. On March 4th, 1861, Lincoln officially became the 16th President of the United States.
So stop the spread of slavery this way.
However, most Southerners interpreted this information wrong. They believed Lincoln was trying to stop slavery for good. Due to this misinterpretation, the Southerners decided to secede from the country. They formed their own country known as the Confederate States of America. They split from the North, or the Union, because they wanted to keep slavery, starting the Civil War. In an attempt to weaken the Confederacy, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. The proclamation stated that all Confederate slaves are now and always will be free.
All Confederate slaves are now and always will be free.
Although it didn't have any real power, it filled the slaves with hope and encouraged them to rebel. Right after the war began, Lincoln began to assemble strategies and generals to help the Union win the war. After the war at Gettysburg, Lincoln delivered a speech praising the soldiers that gave their lives in what he believed was the worst cause a man can fight for. The speech was called the Gettysburg Address.
407 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
On January 31st, 1865, after the Civil War had ended, Congress passed the 13th Amendment, which would officially end slavery in the United States. However, the amendment was not put into action until December 6, 1865. On April 15, 1865, Lincoln was enjoying a theater performance at Ford's Theater. Due to his influence on ending slavery, many people, especially Southerners, disliked him. During the play, Southerner John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor, snuck into the theater and assassinated Lincoln. Aside from Lincoln ending slavery, Booth hated Lincoln because he thought Lincoln was trying to overthrow the Constitution and destroy the South. Although he had a short presidency, Lincoln left a significant impact on the United States. He reunited the Union and Confederacy and ended slavery once and for all.